press. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. It is time for another King of Reeds TV video. Thank you so much for joining me back. I know I have not done a King of Reeds video since last Thursday before I headed to Detroit, but I'm back. Better late than better late than never. That's what them chicken wings say. But you're gonna have to forgive me, cause last week was my birthday. Forgive you all the pain that you caused me. I know y'all like, girl, if you don't stop singing, stop singing. But I just want to let you all know that I appreciate you all. I went to my P.O. box and I got some really cute stuff. Y'all sent me cards for my birthday. I always appreciate encouraging words. They also gave me a letter. I always keep these things. These things are always a reminder to keep staying focused on what I do. And I cannot do any of this without you all. Like, y'all really make it happen. So shout out to my girl, Miss Sheila. She purchased something off my Amazon wish list. Thank you so much, Miss Sheila. She just said, happy birthday, enjoy your gift. I'd like to support you because we are both from Memphis and made it out. Yes, come on, Sheila, just scoop. Hey, come on, Sheila. And I also got one from Risa, who is my girl. I hope to be partnering her with this weekend. She did my makeup for me in my first makeup video. Y'all check her out. I love my girl Risa. I also shout out to my girl Nicole. She provided me with these soft box lights that will help with in the middle episodes. And also this, you see, I'm recording with my glasses on. That was kind of impossible with the ring light. Now that I have these lights, I'm able to record with glasses, and the lighting is way better. So thank you to my girl Nicole. She also got me a 128 gigabyte SD card for my camera that's going to allow me to record more videos longer. So shout out to her. I love Nicole. That's my girl from Las Vegas. I met her a couple of years ago. Also shout out to my girl Auntie Lou. Your reads give me life. I don't agree with everything, but I'm so glad that you are out there. Please take care of yourself and take breaks to keep your mentals intact, baby. From Miss Lloyd, thank y'all so much. Y'all make a big difference on King of Reeds and everything I do, so shout out to y'all. So this video is for you all and also my channel members, so let's get into it. Let's go ahead and talk about Normani's video. She dropped a video last week and I finally got a chance to watch it the other day. I wanted to kind of wait till the hype died down so I could be able to say, you know what, let me check it out. I didn't see any clips and stuff. I saw a couple of gifs, especially saw when she rolled her back and hit that basketball. I was like, all right, Kobe. Normani is a talented, dark-skinned woman, and the reason why I'm saying dark-skinned because we don't have a lot of dark-skinned artists out here that are mainstream. We have some that are underground, but we don't have a lot of mainstream. And someone who brought this to my attention in the video was For Harriet. Shout out to her. I love For Harriet. I've learned so much from her. I love her so much. I hope to God I get a chance to meet her one time. She is so intelligent. So she did a video and she was just talking about how in the past when she was growing up, she had a lot of dark-skinned artists. You had Brandy, you had Lauryn Hill, Missy, Elliott, and she was just naming so many. And now we see that these mainstream artists now are a little bit on the light bright side. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just like, where are my dark skin? Where's my girls at? Where the girls are shaking to do it like me? Where they look like me? And Normani delivered that in her video. So there were so many people saying, oh, Normani just ain't got, she ain't got the vocals and she ain't got this and that and da-da-da, she trying to copy B. And it's just like, girl, how many other artists can't sing and dance, can't do neither one of them on stage, but they are out here getting all this appeal and all this stuff. So girl, why we can't stand for Normani? Why we can't? And not to say that she's not even not talented, she's extremely talented. So why we can't go the extra mile and, you know, hopes that she is going to get, you know, better with time. And that's what she's done. She showed us that. So I am here for the video. The video was sickening. It made me feel some type of way. It did give me that vibe or whatever. And she was just really just enjoying herself. I like the beginning and stuff when she was, you know, in the living room and stuff. I thought that was really, really cute. And I thought it was very smart of her team to put together this video because she was kind of paying homage to all the others before her, Ciara, J-Lo, and some other folks and stuff. So with that, and Kelly Rowland, so with her doing that, and Beyonce, with her doing that, these celebrities, you know, are going to say, hey girl, Shaun, see what you did, this was cute. So it gives her more visibility. So it's very smart marketing strategy. I thought that was the T. The only downside with that is that I don't want Normani to be seen as a karaoke artist, and she's always paying homage, and she's always doing something like somebody else for attention and stuff. And I don't think that's what the T is, but I know how easy it will be able to be said with her doing that. So I'm loving Normani. I'm loving everything that she's doing. The song is really cute. Y'all know I don't listen to that much music anyway, girl, but I have been listening to Cardi B, honey. Press, press, press. Justin don't need no press. So yes, Normani, shout out to you for putting out some sickening videos because we haven't had a sickening video in a minute. And girl, you delivered the visuals. Also, speaking of visuals, let's go ahead and hop onto the Proud Family. Proud Family! There has been this rumor circulating that Disney is going to redo the Proud Family. And I don't know if I believe it. I just don't know if I believe it at all. I'm just not sure. They're talking about rebooting it. and you know, they don't know if they're gonna keep the same characters, they're gonna make Sugar Mama get older or younger or whatever. Girl, I don't know if the Proud Family comes back. I think it'll be cute. I don't know if people will continue to watch it though. I think, you know, we live for these moments back in the 90s or whatever, because I forgot the word for that. But we live for these moments because it reminds us of our childhood, our adolescence, and when things were not as serious. I think every generation goes through that. We're like, damn, life is this. Like, girl, I thought I was gonna be able to, you know, come back home late and stay up and drink and all that other stuff. But girl, it's way more complicated. Okay, when you basically understanding how the system is and how everything goes about. So it's just like, girl, I need something to be able to give me back that feeling of when I was not worried about all of this. And I think that's what it is. The Proud Family was a good show. Now, girl, y'all did have some colorism in that show. Like, girl, the colorism was bad. There's been so many rumors that Grove Sisters was supposed to represent like them being ashy. That's why they were blue. And how they did Dejanay versus Penny. So, girl, I hope if they do come back that they do talk about that and kind of do it in a smooth way, but not too serious, girl, because we ain't trying to get another Insecure on no cartoon, okay? But moving on to other things, girl, Karamo. When we talk about representation, I don't have it with me. Karamo Brown. Karamo got his butt handed to him on social media, mainly Twitter, the last couple of days for his talks about Sean Spicer. You know, he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Karamo's going to be on Dancing with the Stars, and also Sean Spicer is going to be on there. And they asked him how he felt about Sean Spicer, and Karamo was just basically saying, I think he's a good guy, he's pretty good, I don't see what the issue is, like da-da-da-da. It doesn't surprise me at all. Karamo does not surprise me with this. I'm really not. And I think we need to kind of like check ourselves with folks like this. When we have black folks who are out here saying things like this and they have a white partner, that should tell you everything. That should tell you everything that you need to know. Not saying that every black person that has a white partner has a problem with anti-blackness or hate themselves or self-loathing or whatever. That's not the case. But I cannot sit up here and deny that there's been several instances where we've caught folks like Karamo saying some things, and then lo and behold, they have a white partner and some stuff, and they've been saying anti-black stuff. Not saying that Karamo is anti-black from just supporting Sean Spicer, because honestly, I'm not even getting on Karamo for that. That doesn't tell me that he's anti-black or whatever. I listened to another podcast where he talked about using the N-word and some other stuff that, and I did some research on him basically. And I was like, okay, Karamo got some stuff going on. But him taking up for Sean Spicer was just trash. But I can't drag Karamo too much, because I need to get on the network who is out here promoting Sean Spicer and giving him the ability to be able to humanize him, considering what he was doing in the beginning of the Trump administration. Like, Sis was out here doing all types of stuff, and now he's going to get this rehabilitation on his, you know, his brand and stuff. He's going, like, this is going to humanize him, seeing him dance. Like, this is PR 101. This is what they're doing. And I'm pretty sure he's going to write a book probably a year or two from now. So I don't think Karamo gets it. I think that's what the main issue is. And I don't think he wants to get it. When I listened to him on the podcast, Keep It Podcast, y'all check it out. It was really good. The host was asking him questions about things, and his responses just made me cringe. He was talking about just, oh, we got to reach out. If these folks don't want to learn, we got to teach them. I'd rather be there teaching these folks and letting them know, you know, I want to be the person to extend the olive branch. And I don't think nothing is wrong with extending the olive branch, but it is not black folks, people of color job to extend the olive branch to these folks who are always oppressing them. It's not our job to do that. It's not our job to tell you to stop hating me and stop destroying me. It's not my job to do that. So yes, we can say, let me talk to you on certain situations and things, but when folks are out here doing stuff to deliberately hurt black and brown folks, girl, we have an issue. And that's what's going on. So I don't think Karamo gets it. I think he lives in his ivory tower with his white man. And shout out to Tremel, who wrote a sickening article about him, just saying that Karamo's brand basically is for a white gaze, and that's basically what it is. So shout out to Tremel. Yeah, I think it was back in, I think about 2017. It was this Safe Space Week, this Gay Pride Week, and I was hosting this little thing outside of Morehouse, and it was just like an amazing experience. And then we ended up going to dinner, and Tremel was there with their heels and all. I'm not even sure of Tremel's pronouns, but I'm gonna use them, they for now, okay? But shout out to Tremel, y'all check them out. So girl, let's give a big shout out to our girl Remy Ma. Remy Ma is out here like looking sickening on State of the Culture. It is bad. Y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of Joe Budden, but I think State of the Culture is one of those shows. It's just like, sometimes it's a hit or miss, but I would say it's a little bit better than what Charlamagne the God and them try to do over at the Breakfast Club. I remember years ago I wanted to be on the Breakfast Club. I wanted to be on the Breakfast Club so bad. But I've seen how they have done trans folks like Janet Mock. I've seen how they've done queer folks. And I'm just like, girl, I don't know if that's a safe space. And girl, no ma'am. So Remy Ma basically said, I would have been dragging Joe Budden too if he was on my podcast or something. And my man Pap in the back. Okay, see Pap in the back. Can I get the gas? Hey girl, come on, boss. But she was basically saying that Joe Budden, girl, you walked into there and you knew what it was. And Joe Budden was like, he wasn't shook, he wasn't, stirred about any of the things that was going on Queen Radio. He kept his cool, he kept his calm. I think that's a tactic that Joe Budden used to protect himself and to make him seem like he ain't bothered. But I truly think he is sometimes. Girl, you might have a little bit of control over some emotions, but girl, we know you a little shook and stirred by that stuff because you need it sometimes to get your shit going. But I think Joe Budden does a good job on State of the Culture. He be saying some ignorant shit. Remy Ma be saying some ignorant shit. I can't think of the other guy. And what's her name left? I can't think of her name. She been on the grapevine a couple of times. She ended up leaving State of the Culture or whatever. So girl, it is what it is. If y'all have not checked out State of the Culture, I encourage you to check out that one because I feel like Remy Ma really did. Like she was just like, girl, I don't too much mess with her, but Joe, I got to be honest and say, girl, you were in the wrong. So shout out to her. So let's talk about Jay-Z and Dame Dash. Dame Dash is out here doing interviews. And he's out here kind of spraying Jay-Z just a little bit. But he did say that Jay-Z did not tell him not to get the NFL deal. You all know that the Super Bowl was in Atlanta this past Super Bowl was February. And Dame Dash did something with them for the live show or something. He did something that's cute or whatever. But he said Jay-Z did not tell him to like pass on that opportunity. And he also said that Jay-Z is Jay-Z, he's going to mess anybody over to get his bag, to get his coin, and that's what it is. And that Jay-Z has never dealt with a situation where he's messed somebody over and they were like, they were in a relationship with somebody who is big as Beyonce. Kind of just insinuating like he's been able to do stuff with folks who are lower on the social podium or whatever you want to call it, the totem pole or whatever. And he said that, Jay-Z, this is his behavior. Now, in my video last week, I did say that Jay-Z is a capitalist and we have to stop putting so much stock into black capitalists and black billionaires specifically and millionaires. We just have to stop putting so much stock in them. And I know some folks gonna say, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with black wealth? What's wrong with black wealth? And what's wrong with that? That's a whole other conversation about capitalism that I will not be having right now, but I will be talking about that with Deshaun and Tasia on a future in the middle episode. So shout out to them for being a part of that. But I just think that Jay-Z at the end is going to do something that is beneficial to his portfolio. And it's an interesting conversation. You can choose how you want to engage in it. But watching that video, that interview with him talking and stuff, how he just kind of dismissed and said, you know what it's about, you know what it's about, you know what it's about. And then you have Kaepernick's girlfriend out here saying that Jay-Z is wrong and that he has not talked to Kaepernick or whatever. And then you have Jay-Z's camp saying we did, and then Kaepernick's lawyers out here saying, girl, yeah, but we didn't know nothing about this deal or whatever. And I love the fact that Charlamagne asked him and pressed him and said, how does it feel to be working doing any type of deal with the NFL when Kaepernick still doesn't have a job? Now, there were some rumors going out there saying that Jay-Z was trying to get in the space to own a NFL team or whatever, have a co-ownership or something. And he came out, and his lawyers came out and said that that deal had nothing to do with that, nothing. But I think that tells us a lot. Like, this specific deal does not have, there's nothing in the contract saying I'm getting a team, but you can believe that in the next couple of years, Jay-Z is going to probably own an NFL team. He's going to do that because now it has made it a little bit safer. Like he's kind of said, he did his stuff, and folks out here like, it's not even like 50, it's not even like 70-30 no more. It's like 50-50 split. Some folks just like, I don't have no problem with it. And everybody was still watching football and all that other stuff. People were choosing how they wanted to boycott and all that. I will say that sometimes boycotting is very, very hard. That's what it's called, boycotting. And I think that sometimes it is damn near impossible for us to do it unless we're doing it together. Because, girl, every time I turn around, we talking about the folks donating to Trump. There's so many big corporations that donate to Trump, and we out here using their products and buying stuff out of Walmart, buying stuff from it, and like, girl, it's just too much. It's just too much. And I'm not sure how we combat all of that, but girl, it is exhausting as hell. So that's my thing on Jay-Z. We will be talking about it a little bit more on in the middle, discussing it a little bit more in detail. And if you need somebody to listen to that talks about it in detail, shout out If you want to hear somebody talk about it a little bit more in detail, Latasha, shout out to her on her YouTube channel. She has reached 17,000 subscribers. Shout out to her. Like, she did a conversation about it. I did not watch all of the video, but she did kind of like talk about the pros and cons and all of it. And I just always enjoy Latasha's content. So y'all check her out. And Latasha has been on the Grapevine like almost every episode, and she's always on point. Samina, let me see you 1 2 step, girl. Shout out to Missy Elliott for finally getting her Vanguard Award, girl. It's been a long time coming. I am happy for Misdemeanor. Girl, I said misdemeanor. Girl, I'm talking about, but I'm happy for her. There's been a campaign for the longest from folks on Twitter, also from Kid Fury and Crystals on the Read. It's like, girl, give Missy Elliott her things. She deserves her things. So she has just dropped a new album. I think it's an EP. It's like 5 songs. I don't remember the name of the song, but I listened to it a little bit, and I was like, okay, she was doing a little jump rope and stuff. She said that I was writing hits for Tweet before y'all was on Twitter. All right, the bar was kind of low on that bar. The bar was kind of low, but I'm happy for Missy Elliott. I think she's a very talented. She's done sickening things. She should have been got her award. Like, I think y'all gave J-Lo an award before y'all gave her. And sis, you best to believe that Missy Elliott was out here doing the creative shit and behind the scenes with the video and stuff. So give Missy her things. Now the girls were dragging Missy a little bit. They said, Missy girl, you out here using him and he pronouns to describe the person you talking about. Girl, what's going on? So y'all so messy. Let Missy do what she got to do. Y'all leave Mr. Mina alone. Girl, y'all leave Missy Elliott alone. I ain't gonna be messy. But I will say that I do feel some type of way about the award now, because it's like we damn near had to beg for it. And it's just like, girl, y'all should have been did this. So I don't even feel like the award even means as much, considering how much went into like telling y'all that she needs the award. So girl, y'all let me know what y'all feel about that, girl, because I'm just like, yeah, okay. Oh, no. What's his name? Because they don't want him. Shaun King, girl, the girls are saying that no. They do not want Shaun King to receive this year's Diamond Ball Award. You know, Rihanna does this annual Diamond Ball where she celebrates and uplifts folks who are out here doing stuff for the culture. But Shaun King has been nominated, and the folks like, girl, why are you nominating Shaun King? Shaun King is a scammer. Shaun King has taken money of not giving back to people, and the money hasn't gone to where it's supposed to do. They also brought up the situation of Clarissa. Y'all know Clarissa was on a couple of episodes of In the Middle, and Shaun King used his platform to harass Clarissa because she said some things about him. Clarissa had brought some things on Twitter, and Shaun King responded, and all of his fans started like digging Clarissa's pictures up from high school and all types of things, to start harassing her. And Clarissa is like a college student. Like Clarissa is like in her early 20s, which started the hashtag on Twitter, I stand with Clarissa Brooks. You can look it up. And they were just not happy on how Shaun King used that. Shaun King ended up apologizing. Clarissa ended up releasing a statement and stuff. And like folks are just saying that Shaun King should not be a part of this. And I wonder, is Rihanna going to be able to like hop on this and talk about it, considering how, you know, the folks kind of got on Fenty Beauty for having their boy on there who be doing like these black women caricature stuff. It's like their white boy, whatever. He was doing some ghetto stuff with heels and stuff. And they said, girl, take this down. I can't think his Lando something. They had took that video down. Fenty Beauty had took that video down. They was like, girl, we heard you. So I wonder, is the same response going to be given? Like they're going to look at it and say, you know what, Shaun King, I don't know about all this. I think all they need to do is just look at the material. If you look at Shaun King, I really don't consider him, they call him a civil rights activist in a couple of articles. And I really don't think Shaun King is an activist. I think Shaun King just reports a lot of death. I don't think I would call Shaun King an activist. I would call him an advocate. Like he does post stories of injustice and stuff, but it's just like sometimes it comes off a little bit too much to be taking all these videos of like death and stuff and dead black bodies and stuff and putting it on social media. That stuff becomes too much. And that's why I'm like, sometimes I can talk about some things, sometimes I can talk about them for the Coach podcast or even In the Middle, but it's just like I can't report and absorb all of this stuff because it becomes a lot. So they like, girl, the diamond ball need to go to somebody else who's actually out here doing the work, not somebody that's out here making profit off of dead black bodies. So what y'all think about it? Do y'all think that Rihanna is going to respond to that, or she's going to simply ignore it? And how did Shaun King even get nominated for this, considering how much stuff has been talked about him on social media? So let me know what you think about it, girl. Let me know in the comments. So a couple of y'all were asking me to talk about this Brian McKnight situation. And let me tell you, I really don't know how to feel about it. When I say that, I'm being really honest. Brian McKnight, his kids came out and was shading him on social media and saying that he was almost like a deadbeat father and he wasn't taking care of them, he wasn't helping them out when he's done some stuff in the past during their childhood, and that he's moved on and he has a new wife and he knew happy and all that, new wife and happy life, all that kind of stuff. And you know, he just forgot about his children. He's built his own, another family. And the kid's just like, girl, we don't know who he is. And the first person who y'all think Brian McKnight is, he ain't. So Brian McKnight fired back and he said that these kids are basically spoiled and that I cut them off at a certain age. I let them know that, hey, you're not gonna be living off of my coins. You need to find you a job. You need to get into whatever, you need to go to school or do whatever, but I ain't gonna be out here Brian McKnight. I ain't finna be giving y'all no McMuffin coins, okay? So that's that. I do believe both sides. I do believe that Brian McKnight probably did cut them off and they did like, and just like, girl, you ain't gonna do that. But I also believe that Brian McKnight probably was trash during their childhood and parent period. I believe that, because I don't think that was just the one thing to cause him to be like, you know what, screw you. And for these kids to be acting like that, girl, it must be something other than just cutting off funds. That's it. Girl, that's some family drama. And like, if it's anybody that knows about family drama and how family drama gets out of control, it is me. So I'm like, girl, I don't know all the details, so I can't really speak too much on it, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about it and what y'all think. Also, I want to talk about this Nicki Minaj and what's the name situation, because so many people like took what I said about Trina out the way. So this is what I'm going to use this time to address that. I was not expecting Trina to drag Nicki Minaj. What I wanted from Trina is to be authentic and to be real about what is going on in the industry and how hard it is being an independent artist. That's what I wanted from Trina. But I do think that Trina did say some things about Nicki Minaj to some friends and stuff, and that's why people felt comfortable like dragging Nicki Minaj publicly, because Trina had made space for that. And I also think that it was kind of like, it didn't make any sense for Trina to be out here saying that nobody speaks on my name without my approval, when you just had somebody say something about somebody using your name and they didn't even vote for you. Secondly, this is what it sounds like to me. I don't think the A&R person is getting paid from Trina, or they're not getting paid that much, because I don't see nobody putting their job in jeopardy like that. I just don't see it. And sometimes when you are not paying people and they're doing stuff out of a favor and you know, hopes to get something later, they don't have the same loyalty. And trust me, as someone who has worked for some folks and also somebody who has you know, hired some folks and received help from some folks, I know how it is when somebody's doing something for you out of the kindness or whatever, or not even just the kindness, because they believe in your stuff and the stuff you're doing and want to see you growing, how they respond versus when they are paid. I have so many writers on kingareese.com, and I always have folks that will write for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they'll stop and I don't hear from them anymore. So I understand how it is, versus when I pay a writer, they was always on it. So I understand how that shit goes, and you know, I just feel like that we ain't got all the pieces to the puzzle. Speaking of pieces to the puzzle, girl, if y'all have not known about the Disney Sony situation going on with Spider-Man, it is an interesting situation. Basically, Sony just said, girl, we ain't finna be out here giving y'all all the coins. Y'all ain't finna be out here bossing us around. And I think that's exactly what it is. I'm not mad at Sony for standing up to Disney and saying, you know what, girl, we ain't finna take no scraps. We ain't out here doing all that, and we can make Spider-Man into his own universe, and we ain't got to be in the MCU, girl. So Disney is trying to damn near be a monopoly, and you know, I'm really just tired of Disney at this point. I'm really tired of them buying every damn thing. They are just too big right now at this point, and that's the reason why they're not going to probably buy Sony Pictures, because the government, U.S. government, is not going to approve that, because they would be real big. They own everything. If you even look at Disney Plus, girl, they got so much stuff. They own National Geographic, ESPN, like all Fox, like they own a lot of shit. So girl, I'm on Sony's side with that. And I think Tom Holland, girl, you finna be hurt, because they finna put you with Venom. But that's my comic book type of situation, talking to y'all about that. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And girl, if Sony does do their own Spider-Man universe, will you be watching? So with that being said, it is time that I address some of the things that have been said. in this YouTube video. As you all know or don't know, there has been this video popping up under all of my videos talking about a situation that these folks have no knowledge of and making speculations based off some tweets and some points of reference or something. I'm just like, oh my gosh. But with that being said, I want to address this person first, who made this video, who did not show their face. The people always love to do that. First and foremost, I am an anti-capitalist because I know what capitalism is doing to black and brown folks. And if you don't have the mental capacity to be able to understand that, I can't do nothing for you. Justin J, the King of Reeds, is not the same King of Reeds that he was 5 years ago, 2 years ago, or even 2 minutes ago. I'm forever evolving and forever changing. And my content has evolved. I can't be out here putting out 2005 music when it is 2019. I'm learning and I'm evolving, and I'm listening to my black and brown folks talk about the things they have experienced and how hard they are working to survive in this capitalist society. All of us are under the boot of capitalism. That boot is on our neck, and it's damn near killing a lot of us. Okay, so I am not going to be out here telling false truths to make anybody feel any type of way. And I will always say, if you do not want to support me, you do not have to. And I don't know what is wrong with folks being honest and saying that this is the stuff that I've experienced. I've experienced eviction. I've experienced homelessness. A lot of people who watch me have experienced this. They have reached out to me and asked me, how did I get approved for an apartment with an eviction on my record? I am not going to ever get in front of this camera and lie to you all. I don't want anybody to ever feel like that I am better than anybody just because I have 100 and something thousand subscribers on YouTube. I want you to feel like that you can talk to me about anything, and that this is a safe space for you to tell me what is going on with your life. To the comment of me needing to find a job, sis, you have no idea what you're talking about. Just because you're not willing to bet on yourself does not mean that I shouldn't bet on my own self. There are so many people who believe in the King of Reeds brand that when I said something about needing support for the brand, someone instantly sent me $1,000 to support the King of Reeds brand. So just because you don't have anybody like that supporting you right now at this time does not mean they're not going to support me. Just because you don't have the energy to bet on yourself does not mean that I am not going to bet on myself. Please stop projecting your insecurities on me. This has always been my brand. Even when I was loud and wrong, I was always honest. I love being honest and I love being authentic. That way the people gravitate towards me more because they just like, he's just like me. And true enough, I am. I'm not going to put on this fake smile. When I'm going through some stuff, I'm depressed, I'm going to let you know about it. You don't have enough information to be able to make that judgment off of me. But I know you have enough information to put a video out to get clicks and views to be able to pay your bills, which I understand. And shout out to you. To the end point of so many conversations about what is going on with For the Culture Podcast and Adrian Expression. Adrian Expression is my friend and he will always forever be my friend. No, he is no longer on For the Culture Podcast. Adrian has chose to do what he's doing and produce music and produce more content on his YouTube channel. There was a situation that happened a couple of months ago and I did not comment on it and I did not respond to it and I didn't talk about it publicly out of respect of the friendship. But I have noticed recently that the respect was not given to me as well. So since the respect was not given, I will tell the truth of what really happened. There was a situation where my friend came over my house with another person and both of them were extremely intoxicated. When I was trying to speak to the person that he was with, that person got a little bit rowdy and ended up putting their hands on me sexually. They ended up slapping me on my butt and slapping him on his butt as well. So the whole situation was extremely uncomfortable and I said, these people must be intoxicated because I can smell the alcohol and girl, this is a little too much. So we came inside my apartment to watch Game of Thrones. When they left after watching Game of Thrones with me, they grabbed the bottle that they brought that was half empty and they took it back with them. But being that both of them were intoxicated, I did not know if that was a good idea considering that they are taking a bottle of alcohol that has been opened in a car. And Georgia is very, very serious about DUIs and driving under the influence. I did not know how to engage it or how to stop it. So I just said, you know what? I can only do so much. And I will bring the conversation up later. I brought this conversation to them after taking time to myself to think about how I was going to say it. And they did not take it well. Understandable. But me as a friend, I will always be honest and do the best I can to protect my friend from themselves and from other people. I have always been very genuine. I have always supported my friend, and I will continue to support him to this day. I want you to name any time where you think that I have not been genuine. When my friend moved up here, I helped them move into their apartment. When my friend went to the Beyonce concert, I picked them up from the airport. When I was asked to interview the cast of Love at First Night for the next season, I invited my friend with me. I am the person who reached out to the Grapevine to get For the Culture podcast on the Grapevine. I am the person that was asked to host a queer space at Morehouse a couple years ago, and I asked my friend to come with me and help me host it. I was the person asked to come to Tuskegee to host a homecoming gay party. I asked my friend to come with me to host it with me to get visibility. Every opportunity that has been presented to me, I have always asked my friend if they were interested in doing it with me to get them visibility. I have always supported my friend to reach the sky with their goals and anything they wanted to do. I have always supported Black creators. I've always brought new folks on my YouTube channel as well as bring them on the podcast. Also on kingareese.com. I want to amplify and uplift voices who are doing the same thing that I am doing. But the reason for me responding and saying this is because I could not sit back and allow my brand and my name to be torn down for something that I did not do. And I noticed how this person put together all these screenshots and said I was this person, but none of the screenshots came from me. None of the screenshots were anything that I have said, because I have not said anything. I want to extend an apology to the people who have listened to For the Culture podcast and devastated by this news. I understand and I apologize for that. If anybody I feel bad for, it's for you all. And I hope that one day that we'll be able to create content once again. But as of now, it is what it is. I want to thank everybody who has supported Kingareese, For the Culture podcast, kingareese.com, and everything that I do and everything that my hand has been in. I love you all so much. And none of this stuff will be possible without you all. I love y'all. And until next time, I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.